flip man, flip man. It's the flip man, flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Okay. All right, whatever. Okay. So I guess they'll let us know if they can't hear.
Yeah.
So boom. So you had to put me up. Hit add screen. Right here.
Right here.
No, I should be up. Oh, no, the wrong one. You have to send this back to this. You have to send it back.
Okay.
So boom, guys, we're live. Like technical issue. I don't know how we do it. So TikTok, Instagram, Fliptainment daily live, wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit. Q&A, aka Fliptainment. So we're here to answer your questions about this thing called wholesaling real estate. It's a great gateway into real estate investing, regardless if you have a 450 credit score or 850 credit score. $1 in the bank, or $1 million in the bank. Won't matter.
All right. Someone asked, is it okay to send a copy of your contract to the seller before they agree to sell the house?
Someone asked, is it okay to send what now?
The contract over to the seller before they agree to sell the house.
Is it okay to send the contract over to the seller before they agree to sell the house?
And that was on TikTok.
Yeah, I guess you could. That's basically making an offer. I don't advise it. You know, why even take that step if you all they haven't even agreed to sell the house. They haven't agreed to a price that works for you. But again, you know, hey, I don't know everything. You know, hey, I'm going to always side on doing something or whatever. So, but I didn't get this out. If you want a free copy of my one-page contract that I've been using since 2003, you can do a search on YouTube for Fliptainment 2021 contract. Also, if you want a JV, you want to partner with me, you got these 4 things in place. It's good to deal 50-50 if you need a cash buyer. If you have it under contract, you're dealing directly with the owner, it's off market and that's a great deal. We're getting questions from all the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope. If you want to get pushed to the front of the line, all you have to do is just go to flippanar.com. That's FLIPPINAR, remove the G, add an AR.com. You can ask live on the live stream with me. That gets you pushed to the front of the line with your question.
All right, this is from Instagram. They said, where do you get most of your returns or response? Like probate, foreclosure, absentee owners?
Well, text messaging is working best right now. Facebook leads are working really well as far as the leads. It's very expensive though. So that's like the next level for most people who start making money, or you actually start out with a war chest. Vanity signs still work great when you're doing them. But you know, that's
on TikTok and Instagram, can y'all hear him? Somebody said that your mic is up.
All of those earlier.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, can you hear me?
All right. We got a few people from YouTube, Vanna Williams, Tara Stewart. They just said, hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Isaiah Pearson said they're like you're losing weight.
Might be all black. You know, I have a good day and I have a bad day. Don't eat as they know or whatever. So.
All right. This question came from YouTube. They said, hey, Flipman, what's the best advice to find pre-foreclosed homes? Thanks.
Someone asked the question, what's the best way to find pre-foreclosed houses? Well, Digulator, aka PropStream, is a paid source that you can pull a pre-foreclosure list. Zillow actually has a filter to do that with also. Sometimes that may not be as updated or whatever, but it still is a pretty good source, especially for free. So, those are the two, a paid option and a free option, if you're gonna go down that rabbit hole.
All right, this question came from a Facebook user. They said, what title company do you use in Birmingham, Alabama?
Facebook user said, what title company do you use in Birmingham, Alabama? I can just give somebody a free plug like that, but it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody agree. I normally use Reli Title, R-E-L-I, Reli Title. That's what I normally use.
All right, this came from Instagram. How and when do you pay the title company, and then how much do they usually charge for their service?
They said, say it again.
They said, how and when do you pay the title company,
okay.
and then how much do they usually charge?
Someone wants to know how and when do you pay the title company normally, how much do they charge? Ideally, you don't even worry about that part of it until you have a seller on the contract and a buyer on the contract. Because in most cases, your buyer is going to dictate closings, the closing cost, who's the attorney, who's the title company. So you can go out and do all that, and then you get with a buyer and say, oh, I don't use them. You won't get paid the title, the closing cost, so we're going to use who I'm comfortable with. But to answer the question, if it's a situation where maybe your first deal, maybe the cash buyer's first deal, so they like, I don't know, I've never done it before, I just got some money, and I want to invest.
My third day.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got my money. Yeah, you have me. If that's the case, then the simple thing you can do is you can go to my Facebook group, a wholesaler real estate with the Flipman, and post your question. What title company or closing attorney is user friendly in XYZ city? And you can do the same thing in local groups to that area, or wholesaling groups to that area, ask the same questions, and you're going to get tons of responses in most cases, or whatever. But how much does it normally cost just to pull a title? It's going to vary. It can be probably as little as $200 and up. Here it's about around $300 to $350 or whatever, normally, just to pull a title. Now, the entire closing cost amount will vary. That could be as little as, we'll say, $500 up to $2,000 or more or whatever. So it's a wide range. It depends on your marketing, who you're dealing with.
All right, this came from TikTok. They said, do you JV a listed deal with a real estate agent?
Someone from TikTok asked, will we do a joint venture, the deal later option, deallater.com will split the deal with you. If you have it under contract, if it's a great deal, if you're dealing with the owner, and if it's off market. So the answer is no, in most cases, no. See, a listed property, you can do deals that way. No question, people make their entire living wholesaling a listed property. It's just not my preference, right? But when you're involved in a real estate agent, you just put somebody else's monthly bills into the equation. Mm-hmm. And you're not dealing directly with the decision maker, which is the owner. Again, it can be done, then plus the property is already being heavily advertised. Not saying you can't negotiate it into a great deal, but you're not finding a secret, something that no one knows about. Again, it can be done, you have to know what's doing it. It's just, I don't prefer, and most guys that do what I do don't prefer to do it that way because we know we're adding someone else to the deal. And they're worried about their bill. The more that the agent sells for, the more the agent sells a house for, the more they make. The lower you can get the price, the more you make. So you all are a magnetic resistance or whatever. Again, it can be done, and I have a video I just uploaded about 2 or 3 weeks ago, how to wholesale houses using realtors. You just put Flipman behind it or in front of that search. And I explain, I'm not going to explain it here because that video will explain it, how to do it. You want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, it's in the rabbit hole, It's in the rabbit center.
All right, this came from Instagram. They said, can you suggest a VA for cold calling? I'm working full time. I have little time to do cold calling.
Someone asked on Instagram, can I recommend a VA for cold calling? They have little time for cold calling.
Y'all finna get him on a tangent.
No. Don't be good. I don't have anyone I can recommend. The Facebook, the guy that helped me put my Facebook campaign together, the VA came with the package that I paid for. The little man still be spending money too. So it came with it in the sense that he interviewed the guy and whatever. But it came with the package I paid for. And so now I have to pay him every week the VA. So I can't really answer that. Now I see some examples. I see some examples on what am I trying to say? I see some. We're going to do a TikTok. We just ain't did it yet. I've researched some. I know. Let me put it like this. I'm gonna do a TikTok on it, and an Instagram reel, and a Facebook short on it. I mean, a YouTube short
on VA.
Yeah, on VAs.
We have before.
No, we haven't.
Like the positive side of having one. We did.
But Fiverr, if you're not familiar with it, spelled FIVERR.com is a good place, or it's a good place to go find a VA, just out the screen or whatever. But as far as him, he doesn't have time to do it. What I would recommend that you do, don't do cold calling, do text messaging, right? You're gonna get a better response rate, right? You can do it around your time. Now, I don't know how much you work. I would like to know how much you work so I can really get into that part, and I think that is so important because people love to say they don't have time. Is that really true? I ain't gonna do it today. I ain't gonna break down 168 hours in a week and all that, but is it really true that you don't have time? Is it really true?
Yeah. Make time.
But I ain't gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it today. Unless somebody else
All right, this is on Instagram again. They said, "Hey, Flipman, how do you find out? How do you find out how much is on taxes?
How much you pay on taxes? Okay, someone asked on Instagram, how do you pay taxes? I don't know, how much do you know about? How do you find out how much you need to pay on taxes? I got 3 words for you. What are those 3 words, Jessica?
CPA.
CPA. I know that's those letters, but seek out a CPA. We're not here for tax advice, but I know that. CPA. But that, and the famous words of Marlo Stanfield from The Wire, what's the answer to that?
That's a good problem to
That's
have.
one of them good problems. Well, that means you're making money. Would you rather pay taxes on 0 or $300,000? Not a trick question.
All right, Seth Garrett from YouTube asks, can I close the deal in Oklahoma without a license?
Seth Garrett says, can I close the deal in Oklahoma without a license? We should have our audio thing fixed on YouTube either tomorrow, depending on when the UPS delivery, or Thursday. So I won't have to repeat the question. So I forgot what I said. Can I close the deal in Oklahoma without a license? Well, as far as what I know, only Kansas and Illinois and the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania are the only cities where you require a license. Now, I think Oklahoma may be in the mix of trying to do something, but as far as I know right now, feel free to anyone to correct me on that.
All right, this one came from Jahu. No, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. He's from YouTube. He said it's a house right behind mine that's been empty for almost 3 years, and the brother comes and cleans up once a year or so. Do you think I can wholesale this house, or do you think I can wholesale this house, and how do I go about it? I'm in Jonesboro, Georgia, and he said his name is Jamal.
Okay. It's a house that's right behind mine, his house, that's been empty for almost 3 years, and the brother comes and cleans up once a year or so. Do you think I can wholesale this house, and how do I go about it? Well, yeah, of course you can wholesale it if they want to sell it. They want to sell at a price that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. But you got to find out number one, do they want to sell it, and then negotiate a price that makes sense for a wholesale deal. So Is it skipping on that side? Let's skip on.
All right, this is from Instagram. Someone asked, what else can you use if you can't afford DocuSign?
Someone on Instagram asking, what else can they use for the e-signature if you can't afford that DocuSign? Well, technically, this is what you do. Go to YouTube and do a search. How can I create and add my own e-signature? Trust me, it's some smart, you know what's out there, and it's gonna be tons of be, how can I add my own e-signature for free?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is your friend, Google is your friend, and sometimes I'm your friend.
Okay, someone asked, what's the best marketing technique you have?
Someone asked, what's the best marketing technique do I have? Again, text messaging is right, but it's the proper way of doing it. If you want to know how to do it the proper way, YouTube search Flipman text to flip. That's TEXT, the actual number 2, FLIP, all one word, and that video will explain. Now, bandit signs are really good. I love them. Trying to get that right or whatever. Because when someone calls you because they saw your message, that's a totally different conversation versus when you're cold calling, text messaging, ringing the buck, because you're almost 50% there. They want to sell, right? It's just y'all got to get to a price that works for both of y'all or whatever. So if they're done right, it has to be done. It's a method to the sign. As simple as it is, it's still a right way to do it or whatever. You got that term. But the only thing about bandit signs, they limit you in most cases. Or sometimes you can't get into neighborhoods, other type of neighborhoods. That's how the check still cash your sign. It was like to do in one neighborhood versus another, from my experience.
I think you already covered this, but somebody just asked, what states allow this without a license? I live in Michigan.
All right, someone from TikTok said, what state? All these questions are getting better. Someone from TikTok says, what states allow wholesaling real estate without a license? Well, it's better to say what states don't. You only have 2 right now that I'm aware of. Kansas, state of Kansas, and the state of Illinois, and what else? And the city of Philadelphia.
All right, somebody wants to know how to better calculate the offer without wasting too much time on a property.
I have the answer for that also. Someone wants to know how to, the best way to calculate an offer without wasting a lot of time, speed up the process. In reality, it should only take you about 5 minutes to come up with what you got to deal with, right? 2 videos you can watch is Flipman Comp Like a Pro, and then Flipman, Flipman Free Calculator. Okay, the Comp Like a Pro, my man Jamil Denji from Keebly will show you how he does it really simple using Zillow. And then the other video, I'm going to show you how to use, forget all the comp part of mine, just go straight to the deal calculator. I'm going to show you how to use the free deal calculator on my site, dealylater.com. Oh, if you want your properties comps101.com, that's what this shirt is, comps101.com. So we actually send you a video when we comp the property, whatever. So comps101.com.
There's a Facebook user who said they need a proof of funds letter. You can get that from realpof.com. And a buyer for 3 properties in Detroit, Michigan. Can anyone help or partner up?
All right, someone, a Facebook user says, I need proof of funds letter and a buyer for 3 properties in Detroit, Michigan. Can anyone help or partner up? Okay, as far as the proof of funds, you can go to realpof.com, REALPOF.com. As far as the buyer for 3 properties, I'm assuming those are the same owner. Hopefully they're great deals. If they're great deals, you need a buyer, you submit those to dealylater.com, right? That's assuming you're under contract with the owner. It's off market, they're off market. It is a great deal, and I'm missing something.
You're dealing directly with the owner.
Dealing directly with the owner.
All right, Relentless Vic said, I live in Rochester, New York. Do you think your contract will work here?
Vic, something off of YouTube says I live in Rochester, New York. Will my contract work there? Yes, it will work there. If you want access to that contract, YouTube search Flipman 2021 contract. It is free.
All right. The guy, Jamal, who asked about the house behind him earlier, he said, how do I go about contacting the owners?
Well, number one, you need to determine who is the owner. You can do that through the county website, which is free. All kind of websites are not built equally. Some of them are a little more user-friendly than others. So you get the contact information as far as the person's name and their mailing address. You can skip trace it using Skip to Flip. Just go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman, Skip to Flip, all one word, SKIP, the letter 2, the actual number 2, FLIP. That video will explain, or you just send them a letter. I would send it by UPS or FedEx to increase your chances of your message being read. Or you can ask the neighbors, do they know that person? And if so, you may give them an incentive to reach out to them for you that you're interested in buying. So that's what I would recommend.
All right. Kiki Robinson from YouTube said, when you close a deal, what is the best way to receive the payment?
Kiki Robinson from YouTube says, when you close a deal, what is the best way to receive the payment? That's another one of the good problems. How will I get my money? They're going to normally give you two options. Either actual paper check, which is good, or a bank wire into your account.
Great. All right, this is on TikTok. What do you use to skip trace?
Question for TikTok, what do I use to skip trace? Right here on the board, Skip to Flip. YouTube search Skip to Flip. That's SKIP, the actual number 2, Flip, FLIP. Just do a Skip to Flip search on YouTube and Flipman. That video will explain.
What system do you use to send text messages to leads?
All right, question was, what system do I use to send text messages for leads? Text to Flip. YouTube search text to Flip, and that video will break it all down, building your list, skip tracing your list, sending them out. Now, I forgot to mention that we do have the new CRM, the Day Later CRM, and what it does is helps you manage your leads, and manage your leads, and it helps you create better follow-up. You make a whole lot of money in this business because of follow-up. Just go to YouTube.
Check your mic. Yeah. Instagram. Check your mic.
Instagram mic. Test. Let me turn it up.
It's not just, it's working, but it's not working as good as it did before.
I might turn it down. Sorry.
TikTok not saying nothing about your mic.
Test. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's better, right? Instagram. Is it better?
They're not saying that.
That's good.
They're not saying
Oh, okay. You're not gonna let them know. Please. Don't leave us like that. All right, so some of the mics are good on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, on here they said it's a bit wobbly.
What?
I guess the sound. Somebody else had said that they were unable to hear you clearly, but it was a feedback, so that's why I had returned this thing down. So maybe it'll be better.
Okay.
Somebody said a lot better. Good.
Okay, good, cool. All right, so if you want to get pushed to the front of the line, you can join us on the live stream. Just simply go to flippanard.com. FLIPPINAR, Fliptainment.com.
All right, this is on TikTok. Where can you find information to write up a contract?
On TikTok, it asks the question, where can you find information to write up a contract? If you go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman 2021 contract, you ain't gonna believe this. I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna demo how to fill it. This free contract I've been using since 2003. I give it away. I'm gonna show you how to fill it out for sellers and cash buyers. And also on top of it, how to get it signed quickly through 3 to 4 clicks. Money starts pouring down. You won't believe it. It's amazing.
What is supposed to cancel my number? No, I think it was.
Okay. It's just for the bedroom.
All right, someone asked, what should I actually do on my first property and how can we partner?
All right, someone asked, what can they do on their first property? I'll change some of the better. What?
No, I'm just saying hold it up.
What can they do to partner? Okay, we do offer that, assuming you have it under contract. It's a great deal. You're dealing directly with the owner, and it's off market, right? But you say, well, I don't know how to do any of that. Why got you? That's why you go to YouTube, do a search for Flipman. I give it all away. If you need to educate yourself to get to that point, you probably won't need me as a partner or whatever. That's the goal. I ain't gonna turn down no money. Trust me, I'm not turning down any money, but I give it all away right there on my YouTube channel if you don't know how to get to the point of getting it under contract with a seller. So if you really want it, you take advantage of all that free information. I know I would. I'll be engulfed in all of my free time. If I found something like that back in 2002, 2003, before I paid that $400, I would have been engulfed into that free content. I wouldn't, every time I watch new videos, I can't believe this guy. I can't believe this guy. I can't believe this guy. But I've been soaking it all up. So set yourself a 1 or 2 month goal, become an expert, and you will thank me later.
All right, this is on TikTok again. Do you do direct mail like postcards or yellow letters?
Well, to answer that question, someone on TikTok said, do I prefer direct mail postcards or yellow letters? Now, I work with this company and I don't do enough direct mail, but they still my guys, they are the experts. I use postcards for what they do, and you can go to mail to flip, mail to MAIL, the actual number 2 and flip.com, submit your info, and my guys will reach out to you. But what they do that's so special and unique, because with direct mail, your first goal is to make sure your piece of mail didn't go in the trash can. Most people sort their mail over the trash can. All right, so what they do is to increase your chances of not ending up in the trash can is they actually send out a postcard with a picture of the owner's house on it. That's some brilliant. Yeah, that's some brilliant, you know what, right? So they're like, hey, what? Okay, so now you man just avoid the trash can. The next step is hopefully they will respond and call you to see if you're, what you're talking about as far as buying the house. Then your skills take over from there. So hopefully that. So mailtoflip.com. You do a YouTube search on that, that video, they'll more than more people there.
All right, somebody on Instagram asked how to avoid paying earnest money.
Someone on Instagram asked, how can you avoid paying earnest money? Technically, you always want to do that, right? Now, when I think of earnest money dealing with housing, we're only talking $10 to $100. Ken, can you think you can come up with, if you wasn't working, do you think you could come up with $10 to $100?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Jessica.
You already know.
Do you think if you were not working, can you come up with $10 to $100?
Absolutely.
the studio audience. She said yes. All right, so Jessica, now take your parents out of it.
Okay.
Take your boyfriend out of it. Well, how would you come up with $10 to $100?
If I wasn't working,
That we were not working.
I'd still have money in my account.
That ain't no else. See, when you deal with middle class black folks, you know what I'm saying? They were downstairs.
I got a stash.
Okay.
I got a stash.
Hey, give folks some
We ain't never down bad. I don't know what y'all doing. We ain't never asked out.
All right,
See
so
that?
let's get a real
Sing on the streets.
I'm gonna find work. You know, you can take grass. You can do something. You can go pick up mail for the old people. Like you can do something to get 10.
I'm put some of the band signs out.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And you can go to your church members. Y'all
Yeah,
go to church.
pass the
Get
plate
bread.
round.
What you tell someone, man, if your circle,
Right.
you can't borrow $100 to somebody. You tell
So
them,
I start washing some windows at the gas
hey, that
station.
circle you got, you can't come up with. In fact, I ain't talking about 10.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. But that circle, you can't borrow $100. You tell them to give you back 500
Right.
or whatever. You ain't just borrow 100 to give them. You want to give them an incentive, more of an incentive to give it to you. I'm gonna give you back 500 in 45 days, and hope that'll be a lot sooner than that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. But he's probably referring to dealing with real estate agents where they want $500 or $1,000. First of all, if you're even asking that question, you need to avoid real estate agents, right? You know, but if you want to know how to do it, go to YouTube, do a search for how to wholesale houses, using realtors and Fliptainment in before or after. Before or after, and then, you know, and so, you know, but anyway, we're trying to be fun. I'll let my boy go.
So we got somebody waiting in the thing, but I can't see him. So Shane,
Yeah, you need to activate your camera.
Yeah, activate
And
your
make
camera.
sure you turn down any devices that you're listening to also.
All right, this one came from Tara Stewart. Is do you later prop stream? Basically, is what she's asking. Yes.
You got that question yesterday.
I am a partner/Tara reseller of PropStream. But I brand it under DailyLater. Instead of just saying propstream.com/Flipman, it's easier for me to say, go to DailyLater.com. You just click a button. Right? It's called branding.
Okay.
Right? So people, when they call PropStream, they actually ask for DailyLater. But they don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's in the business. So.
Gotcha.
It's a win-win.
All right, DJ Cree.
Win-win.
DJ Cree from YouTube said, how do you value a commercial apartment complex so you can find an offer price and then the ARV once the NOI is stable? Thanks.
All right, DJ Cree? Cree says, how do you come up with how do you value an apartment building, a multi-family property, which is 5+ units important to be considered commercial. It's not like houses, right? It's not like houses. And commercial real estate is basically based on how much income can it produce me monthly or yearly, period. All right? I ain't gonna go into a lot of detail. It's just not the same as houses. Go to YouTube, do a search for Flipman and apartments, and I'll explain the video, but it's not the same.
All right, Anthony Henry on YouTube asks, how can I go about starting up business credit in real estate?
Anthony says, how can I go about starting up business credit in real estate? Well, that's not my lane, but I got you. Go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman business credit lines. I have an expert there. They provide those services for you.
All right, Elizabeth Gonzalez from YouTube asks, what is the most houses you've wholesaled in a month?
Elizabeth says, what is the most houses I've wholesaled in a month? I'm really not sure, but I know it's more than 10.
Isaiah Pearson asked, what's a good amount should I pay bird dogs?
Isaiah said, what's a good amount should I pay bird dogs? Generally from 500 to 1,000 is standard, but you know, that's totally up to you. You may want to pay 1,000 or 2,000, it's up to you.
All right, this came from Baby Jones on Facebook. He said, "Hey, Footman, I'm new to wholesaling. I have a seller under contract who wants to sell her home. As far as reaching out to a cash buyer, do I send them an email to see if they are interested? What do I ask the buyer?"
Okay, Baby Jones said he has a property under contract. How should he present it to buyers? Well, if you already have, well, most people text message, phone text message. Email is probably, some people prefer it that way because they can probably track all the lead, referrals or whatever they get or whatever. So, but ideally you want to try to have a phone conversation with them. Hey, I got this property in this area which be interested in selling. You're really not asking them anything. You just pose that question and they're going to ask you questions if they're interested in that property. How much you're selling it for? What's the condition? Is the bank, how to access it? And so on, or whatever. You know, they may even actually own it or wholesaling or whatever. So it's more they're going to be asking you questions. You just answering stuff that you know or whatever. So.
All right, we got somebody waiting in the chat, Shane.
All right, cha-ching. We get $10,000 every time somebody does that. Boom. What's up, man?
How's it going? I just want to say, before I ask my question, just want to say I appreciate everything you're doing for the community. I've been watching you since about last summer.
Let them know that we can't hear you.
Hold on a second, Shane.
I'm gonna cut you up.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hold on, Chief.
Yeah.
Is that how you have it connected?
That's me. Because we couldn't get a thing. Yeah, I think he is.
You don't even sound like you're talking.
Hold on, Chief. We can't hear you. That's too Hold on, man. I don't know why we can hear him.
Hey.
Hold on, man. We can't. I can't hear him through my laptop. Normally that's shit. Get all the way up.
Maybe you should mute that one. And then
Let me see.
mute that one.
You can't, because he has it like set up like.
Let's remove this. That's
why he turned down.
I'm gonna remove this one right quick. Keep from studio. All right. Test. Say something, my man.
Can y'all hear me?
I don't know what's wrong with it. I can't.
Oh, it might be. Hold on. It might be me. Hold on.
I guess we should have known that. Someone wrong coming in here the intro on.
Can y'all hear me now?
Just turn down. La.
Can y'all hear me now?
That is interesting. Go to Cam, Mike, and then go to audio. Oh, that's the problem. I got it backwards. Go to Scarlett. Go to Scarlett. And down here, go to Matt. Yeah. Please go to Chief.
Oh, here we go. Well,
Now you can add that one back. There you go. It was my error. It was a user error. So what you got, my man?
okay, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if you heard what I was saying before, but before I ask my question, I just want to thank you for everything you do for the community as far as dropping this knowledge on us. Like I said, I've been watching you since last summer and just trying to soak everything in and try to start doing this. With that being said, my question is it's about Zillow. Is there a way that you pull is there a way that you can pull like off market like lead, like potential off market leads on Zillow? Is there a way that you do that? I was looking like for a video, but I didn't see. I couldn't find one.
Okay. Yeah. So his question is, is there a way to find off-market deals on Zillow?
Like, is there like a search criteria that you do? Like, I don't know, like if it's up there or anything like that.
No, in that sense, because Zillow is not going to provide you the owner's information, right? So,
yeah, regardless, you got to skip trace it. I'm talking about like, so I don't know, like, so my thinking was on Zillow, like if I do a search on Zillow and like say there's somebody that's renting their property on Zillow, right? If its listing's been on there for over 3 months, I feel like that might be a motivated seller.
Well,
like that.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. The way you can re-engineer properties that are for rent on Zillow. See, tired landlords is going to be your biggest group of motivated sellers, right? And see, on Zillow, you'll have people post their properties, Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. That's the common places where they'll post their properties for rent. So the only thing now, a lot of times, those are property managers and realtors that are acting on the landlord's behalf. But occasionally you will see listed by owner, right? But you have to scroll down. See, agents advertise all over Zillow, so you have to scroll down and make sure that you look for the one that says listed by whoever, whether it's by owner, by property manager, by agent. That's the actual contact number. Get past all of those smiling faces. I don't know why we're up to think they had to put faces on everything, taking up back space. But anyway, you go below all of those and you look for a listed by. So yeah, now if you see listed by owner, then that may be an opportunity to reach out to the actual owner and say, hey, I'm not calling. Well, first you want to ask them, is the property still available? Whether they say yes or no, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
You say, well, I'm not calling about renting the property. Would you be interested in selling the property? If they say yes, then you'll collect the information that you normally would on a property. If they say no, you say, well, hey, do you have anything else you may want to sell? But that may not be their problem property. They may have another property that's a problem property. If they say yes on that, you do the same. If they say no, thank them for their time. Let them know, hey, if anything changes, you would be interested in buying that property more if they have it. Boom.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and I don't know. Would you say that there's a way like in PropStream to kind of like target like more of those like potential like tired landlords? Like I've used them before.
Well, you know what? I think did they just put a filter in there? No, I think they just put a quick filter in there for what it would be titled potential tired landlord. Am I thinking about something else? But assuming that they don't, it seems like they did, but it's sort of hard to do that. Absentee owners is going to, a large segment of absentee owners are going to be landlords.
Correct.
Whether the property is vacant or not. So that's just going to be one of my automatic filters. Sometimes I'll do both, whether they're living there or not. But what am I trying to say? Tired landlord, non-owner occupied, which means absentee owned. They own the property, but they don't live there. That's going to be an automatic filter. Then I'm going to do free and clear normally, or whatever. You don't have to do it that way. I'm just telling you. Obviously, residential, single family. I want it not listed on MLS, and then I'm going to target individual. Now, another step in the filter, if you got a lot of them, you may pull up maybe 10,000 or so listings. I'm going to filter that down even more and do out-of-state owner, or I can do out-of-county owner. It'll allow you to do that also. So someone that lives out-of-state on the property, possible rental property, out-of-county, possible rental property. That's the thing to do. But I think they added a filter for potential title. I may be wrong on that though.
Do you feel like the free and clear homes are better for as far as starting out, as far as targeting, or not even that? Do you feel like the free and clear homes, like, do you feel like those deals hit more as far as compared to?
From my experience, yeah. I don't care if they're vacant or not. That's irrelevant.
Right.
I
Yeah.
prefer it to be vacant, but it's not a deal breaker that thing. So I don't even include that as a filter. Right. So see, as a wholesaler or a real estate investor, period, if you're trying to do deals not for a long term, because equity doesn't matter as much with someone that wants to do rentals or whatever, because it's a long play or whatever. But for someone that wants to buy, fix, and flip, which is those are part of your target customers as a
Cash buyers.
wholesaler,
Yeah.
then you're on an equity hunt. So if it's free and clear, it's just about to negotiate something that makes sense. If it's free and clear, that means normally they're going to have 100% equity. So you have 100% equity to play with. If you're only playing with 15% equity, it's impossible to do a deal that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So free and clear, that part has been eliminated. So now it's all about, do they want to sell? Number two, how much of that equity they want to give up? Hopefully they want to give up 70%, based on ARV, because it still may not have that much in there based on the condition. But on the ARV, they got 100% equity. Hopefully they want to give up 70% of it. Hopefully they want to give up 50% of it. We're getting into that ball. If you don't know what equity means, right? I know that was going to be the next question somebody asked. Equity is what the house is worth subtracting what they owe. So if they don't owe anything, that means if the house is worth $100,000, then they have $100,000 in equity. But if they owe $20,000 and the house is worth $100,000, then that means they have $80,000 in equity.
Yeah.
So just put that out there real quick, my man. Go ahead, though.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna also ask. It's a comp question. So, is it basically like a note? So, like, if I'm looking at a house, right, and there's basically no other comparables as far as like, I was literally looking at a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. All the other houses there are listed as 3-bedroom, 2 baths. There's literally no other. The one comp is literally from a year ago. But isn't that like a deal breaker as far as like?
Well, no. The beds and baths is not as important as the square footage. Is the square footage is what you want to look at.
Okay.
You want to compare likes to likes as much as possible. The range that you normally try to work in is 200 square feet up or down, right?
Okay.
On the lot size, 2,500 square feet up or down.
Right.
On the year built, you like to stay in a range of 5 years up or down.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So the number of bedrooms and baths, because you can have a house that's 1,600 square feet that's a 3-1, but you have a house that's 1,200 square feet that's a 3-2. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The 1,600 square foot house is going to be more valuable. The 3-2 may be more attractive or whatever to some buyers, as far as people that want to live there or investors even. But as far as value, that 1,600 square foot house is going to be more valuable.
Okay. So yeah. So if you would, even though it has only 1 bathroom, even though it has 1 bathroom compared to other ones that are 2, they were kind of around the same price, same square footage and everything. That's still a good comp.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's good.
You may take off a little bit because of bad, but no, I'm not going to take off anything because that's more of an amenity than a value.
Okay, cool. And then I had my last question had to do with I don't know, because I didn't watch the video, but I did hear like on the when you go live, you were kind of explaining like if you're dealing with if you're dealing with a realtor, like if you're dealing with the listing agent. If you're dealing with the listing agent, sometimes like if you're not represented, then and it's legal where you're at, then the agent could work with both sides. Can you also do it if you do have a listing agent? Does it work the same way, or it only works if the listing agent is representing you versus you having your own buyer's agent?
Well, it can work either way. The reason that I approach it that way is that if you bring your agent to the table, you just included somebody else's bills in the situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You want to give that listing agent the opportunity to eat 100%.
Right, on both sides.
If they get it, they still know a lot of them still won't get it. That even though you may get them to discount a house $30,000 or $40,000, and they still make more money.
Right.
If you versus you bringing an agent to the table representing you on the buyer side or whatever. So, but anyway, but to answer your question, ideally, if it's permitted in that state where an agent can represent the seller and the buyer, that's you see, people use real estate agents in a lot of cases because they don't know what they're doing, or they're not comfortable with the real estate process. That's not your issue. You know more than them in most cases. If you study this enough, you know more than them in actuality. So you don't need your own agent.
I had a house that I wanted to put in on, and I actually reached out to the listing agent. He texted back, basically said that they had like a whole bunch of offers, and I basically asked him like if he came. It was through text because he didn't answer my call, and I texted him and I said, do you come across like these type of like remodels, like type of homes often? Like I would love to work with you, like in the future of trying to get like my deals, try to get my offer in like right when it comes up. He didn't even text me back. So I feel like I already know like he's not even thinking like that.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Their minds don't. It just don't. They're not trained to thinking it as an investor. They think to train, which is fine. They have their lane. Number one, how much I'm gonna make, and I can stay legal, within the parameter. That's it. The invest part comes from their own personal development or financial development. But a lot of them, like one of my better videos on my YouTube channel, my girl Leah and my man Antoine, she said she had been an agent for, I want to say 12 years before she even heard of wholesaling. And that's a lot of agents. You know what I'm saying? The only reason a lot of them know about it now is because of people like us, and especially newbies calling them and asking them, what do you know about wholesaling? They ain't never heard of it before. That's fine, whatever. So, but to somebody like him, he's not going to get it. You can delete his number.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. I've been tuned in every day on Instagram. So I'm gonna keep watching. I'm trying to get started. But thank you. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate you answering all my questions.
No problem at all, man. Like I said, you got off Instagram and came and got pushed to the front of the line. Got all your questions in.
Have you done any deals out here? I stay in the Bay Area.
Where?
And I stay in the Bay Area.
No, I would love to. Jesus Christ, I would love to. Some big bread out there, some big checks out there, my man.
Yeah. All right, cool.
But just let me know. We got something. We'd love to partner with you. We definitely have some buyers out there.
Okay, for sure.
All right,
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. I know wait a minute. Okay, all right.
They want to know how to get pushed to the line first.
You go to Fliptainment.com and select the red button that says join us live now. Fliptainment.com. You might do that out. Yeah. See you later. It's the key in there. The key in there. Oh, yeah.
All right, someone asked, do you work in Montgomery, Alabama area?
Most definitely. We can do something down there. Got a great deal.
Someone also said on Instagram, they said they need help with proof of funds.
All right, someone on TikTok said they need help with proof of funds. You can go to realpof.com. Hope you know what you're doing.
Someone said, I'm currently paying on prop stream, and they would rather use DealAter to receive incentives.
All right, so someone said they're currently using PropStream, but they rather use DealAter to get the incentives. Well, more than me, PropStream has a lot of resellers, a lot of affiliates, right? I just like personally to separate myself when I do anything, even though I'm doing the same thing someone else is. So I brand my service, my relationship with PropStream under DealAter. If you already have it, the contract is free. It's free whether you have, the PropStream service or not. The calculator is free. The closing detail sheet is free. Now, if you just want to just cause you think I provide a lot of value, you want to, hey, work with me. It doesn't matter really, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to switch over, you just text me. You know, I'll send it out to the guys. Hey, say you want to switch over under my name or whatever, under the deal later name. So, well, I would appreciate it.
Does that include the council on inspection period and how much they usually put down?
All right, someone says they have a contract who is that with a seller or buyer or whoever, but
No, they say your contract. I'm guessing the contract.
oh, say my contract. It has a clause in there that says non-refundable. It's refundable if the title is not clear or you cancel before the inspection period is over. Yeah, that's what they're asking. Yeah. No problem at all. So we've been rocking and rolling, guys, here almost an hour, and so we're going to round this up today. So make sure if you want a free copy of the contract I've been using since 2003, do a search on YouTube for Flipman 2021 contract. If you want to partner on deals, okay, we got somebody waiting, so we're going to go ahead and put them on. We're going to put them on. They left. Oh, wow, okay. Hey, I told you we put it in front of the line. I'm sorry, MJG. That ain't my man, is it? Huh? Oh, golly, man. I thought that was Ball and G. But anyway, so if you want to joint venture on a deal with me, if you have it under contract, dealing with on a great deal and it's off market, you can submit it to deallater.com. Also, we got the new CRM. It's the great management system, all in one. It allows you to communicate with sellers, buyers, track everything. Follow up turns into check. So check it out. Look up Flipman CRM on YouTube, and that couple of videos explain how it works. So if you're on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. I think TikTok is dead. The phone went out, huh? And if you're on both. Everything you need to know is on my YouTube channel. Literally is all there. If you got any questions, make sure you post them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I answer those on a daily basis. So you literally have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is free.
Flipman. It's the Flipman. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.